Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak to your soul tonight. Life isn't always the picture-perfect dream we envision. Sometimes it feels like walking barefoot on shattered glass, each step a painful reminder of the struggles we face. But here's the truth. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. The quicker you embrace this reality, the sooner you'll find peace, purpose, and happiness. Truth number 1. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. This is one of the hardest lessons, but it's essential. Throughout life, we form bonds, invest in people, and connect deeply with others. Some connections feel so strong, so unbreakable, that we can't imagine life without them. But then, life happens. People change, situations shift, and those who once meant the world to us slowly drift away. It can feel like betrayal, like the ground beneath us is collapsing. But here's the truth. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. And that's okay. People come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. The hard part is recognizing which one they are, because often we don't know until time reveals it. That best friend from high school may no longer fit into your world, or that partner who once felt like your other half may now feel like a stranger. It's natural to want to hold on to the past, to fight for the connection, but sometimes holding on only hurts more than letting go. When someone leaves, it doesn't mean your time with them was wasted. Everyone serves a purpose, teaching us valuable lessons, challenging our perspectives, and shaping us into who we are becoming. Even the painful goodbyes, betrayal, heartbreak, force us to grow in ways we never would have otherwise. But here's the thing. Holding on to someone who no longer belongs in your life only causes damage. Think of it like gripping a rope that's being pulled away from you. Your hands will bleed as you fight to keep hold of something that's slipping. Letting go isn't about giving up on people. It's about respecting the natural flow of life. Some are here to teach us, guide us for a chapter, then move on. Their role is over, and that's not a bad thing. It means your story is evolving. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or forget the good times. It means you cherish the memories, learn from the bad ones, and move forward with gratitude, not bitterness. Every goodbye creates space. When you let go, you open the door to new relationships, opportunities, and growth. But you'll never make room for these things if you keep clinging to what's already gone. Letting go is messy. It's painful, and it takes time. But eventually you'll feel the relief. You'll see that the person's departure wasn't a loss, but a gift of clarity, freedom, and a new beginning. Truth number 2. You can't control everything. We live in a world where control feels like safety. We plan, prepare, and try to control every outcome, believing that if we hold on tightly enough, we can guide life exactly where we want it to go. But life doesn't work that way. It has its own rhythm, its own flow, and no matter how hard we try, some things are simply out of our control. Accepting this reality is one of the most freeing lessons you'll learn. How much of your life have you spent worrying about things you couldn't control? How much stress has that caused you, and how much peace has it brought? Probably very little. Control is an illusion. The tighter we try to hold on to it, the more it slips through our fingers. Life is unpredictable. Joy, sorrow, triumph, failure, they all come uninvited, and none of them follow a script. Here's the good news. What you can control is how you respond. You can control the energy you bring to each day, the effort you put into your goals, and your attitude through every high and low. So next time something doesn't go as planned, instead of forcing the outcome, step back and let life unfold. Control is rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, but living in fear steals your joy. Truth number 3, failure is part of success. Failure, not the polished version we hear in quotes, but the raw, gut-wrenching reality. It's the rejection letter, the opportunity lost, the business idea that didn't work out. It's the voice, whispering, "You're not good enough." But here's the truth. Failure is not the enemy. It's the foundation of success. The greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, they all faced setbacks. They didn't stop when they failed. They used failure as fuel to keep going. Let's not romanticize it. Failing hurts. It's embarrassing, disheartening, and can make you question everything. But here's the biggest lie. Failure doesn't mean you're incapable. It's a stepping stone, not a stop sign. Every time you fall short, you're one step closer to your purpose. The problem is, as we grow, we start fearing failure. Society teaches us that failure is shameful. But the truth is, failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of your courage. It means you took a risk. And that's something to be proud of. Truth number 4, happiness is an inside job. Too often we search for happiness in external things, people, possessions, accomplishments, believing they'll fill the void inside us. We think, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy that car, when I find that relationship. But here's the truth. Happiness doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. Happiness is not something you chase. It's something you create. It's already within you, waiting to be unlocked. But to find it, you must stop looking outward and begin looking inward. External things are temporary. People change. Circumstances shift. If your happiness depends on these things, it'll always be fleeting. The truth is, lasting happiness comes from self-acceptance, from gratitude, from living a life aligned with your values. It comes from realizing you don't need more to be happy because you already have enough. Break free from the cycle of comparison, where we measure ourselves against others. It steals your joy. Start practicing gratitude every day for the blessings you have, no matter how small. The roof over your head, the food on your plate, the air you breathe. These are gifts that many people long for. Happiness is not about what's out there. It's about what's within you. Cultivate it, nurture it, and you'll realize that true happiness has always been yours to create. Truth number 5, not everyone will like you, and that's okay. One of life's hardest lessons is this: not everyone will like you. No matter how kind you are, how hard you try, or how much good you bring into the world, there will always be people who disapprove of you, judge you, or reject you. And as painful as that truth is, it's something you must accept if you want to live a happy and authentic life. Being disliked hurts. It stings to feel misunderstood, unappreciated, or excluded. We're social beings wired to seek connection and acceptance. But when you base your self-worth on the approval of others, you hand them the power to define your happiness. You let their opinions dictate your value, and that's a heavy burden to carry. The truth is, no matter how hard you try, you can't make everyone like you. You could be the sweetest, most genuine, selfless person, and still someone will criticize you. Why? Because other people's opinions are about them, not you. Their likes, dislikes, insecurities, and biases shape their perceptions. Trying to fit yourself into their mold will only exhaust you and leave you unfulfilled. Think about how many times you've bent over backward to please someone only to feel unappreciated. How many times have you held back your true thoughts or dimmed your light to avoid conflict? Did it ever truly make you happy? The more you try to make everyone like you, the more you lose yourself. You silence your voice, compromise your values, and sacrifice your dreams to fit a mold that wasn't made for you. In the end, the only person you disappoint is yourself. You weren't put on this earth to please everyone. You were meant to live your life, pursue your purpose, and embrace your uniqueness. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. The people who truly matter, those who see, appreciate, and support you, will love you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. The liberating truth is that being disliked isn't a reflection of your worth. It's simply a reflection of your individuality. When someone doesn't like you, it doesn't mean you're flawed or unworthy. It just means you're not their cup of tea, and that's perfectly okay. You weren't meant to be everyone's favorite. You were meant to be authentically you. So how do you stop seeking approval from others? Start with self-acceptance. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that you are enough, just as you are. You don't need to change to meet someone else's standards. Your worth isn't determined by how many people like you. It's determined by how you feel about yourself. Let go of the need to explain or justify yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for who you are, what you believe, or how you choose to live. The people who truly care about you won't need one, and the people who demand one don't deserve it. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you, not criticize you. Life's too short to spend it trying to win over people who don't value you. Focus on building relationships with those who uplift you, see your worth, and love you unconditionally. Finally, embrace the freedom that comes with not needing everyone's approval. When you stop trying to please everyone, you start living for yourself. You begin making choices that align with your values, passions, and dreams, and that's when you truly begin to thrive.